Come on, Mike. You can do it. I hope you can see that view behind. That's spectacular. Here's junction 37, M6 North. So we've got Killington behind us, Kendal that way, Sedbergh that way, and it's time to do another ride. And the plan today is head out towards Kirkby Stephen. So come on, let's go and do a ride.
I'm a cyclist and I live in the Pennines, and welcome to my channel. And today's ride we set off on the A684 on a pretty good stretch of tarmac as we headed down towards Sedbergh, where the roads became significantly narrower when we cycled along Slacks Lane, which led us then on towards Howgills Lane. And the hills in the distance, they are the Howgills, and this is one of my favourite places to be in the northwest of England.
Absolutely stunning views here of the Howgills. We've got a classic signpost here, as you can see, Orton, 11 miles, we're heading more or less in that direction. Appleby 25, Dent, 10 miles away. Now we might be going back through Dent. Yeah. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, brilliant, mate. Absolutely.
Another very
Can't describe it, can you?
It's just a quiet road, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And with views like that, we knew this was going to be a fantastic ride. It almost looks like Scotland.
The ride has now just got better and better very quickly.
Oh, look at that.
We're now cycling through the gorge here at the River Loon Gorge, and that's why we come out to these places.
Oh, right, yeah. That's right.
And we might be saying that this ride's better than the last one again.
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
So we're 8 miles into the ride now. That's one of the best roads we've cycled down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
But when you are cycling on these roads, they're great, they're really quiet. Just be mindful, it's strewn with these all across the middle of the road.
But then it was time to put this fantastic country lane behind us as we made our way towards junction 38 of the M6, where we intersected the A685 on the way towards Kirkby Stephen. And this road was long, it was straight, and it was made for cars, not really for cyclists. And to be honest, it was quite dangerous to cycle along here.
Okay, we've been coming down the 685 for quite some while now. It's a dangerous road, but we're carrying good pace, aren't we, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
So we're making the ground up, but it's just too dangerous. So,
Yeah.
Great Aspies to the left.
Yeah.
We've come off the main road here. There's a cracking little cycling track, so we'll keep on this, and we can see snow on these big hills ahead.
And it turned out to be quite a busy little cycle lane as well, this. But then we ended up back on the A685, where we climbed up Ashfell Road to an elevation gain of over 1170 feet above sea level. And way in the distance was the higher reaches of the northern Pennines with Cross Fell, and the view across there was absolutely amazing. And the descent on the other side was pretty quick too, as we made our approach into the town of Kirkby Stephen. And by this point, we covered about 22 miles. So Kirkby Stephen is a market town located in the Upper Eden Valley in Cumbria, but is part of the Yorkshire Dales National Park, and it is very much a rural place, with wild uplands and spectacular open views of the surrounding hills. But let's have a look at where we're going to on the map today. And in more detail, you can see where we started there at junction 37 on the M6 near Killington. And the Howgills there are featured on the map with that fantastic country lane that we cycled along at the beginning of the ride. And the route today was in a clockwise direction, where we made our way towards T-Bay, New Biggin on Loon, and then Kirkby Stephen, where we stopped for lunch at the Mulberry Bush cafe. And after some much needed refreshments, we had 3 major climbs ahead of us. The first one being Lamps Moss, where we climbed to an elevation gain of 1,685 feet above sea level. But due to the weather, we had to change plan, where we took on the ascent of Buttertubs. And with falling snow, we crested the summit, which is 1,725 feet above sea level. And the final climb of the day was Garsdale Head, which took us to the highest point on the ride, with an elevation gain of 1,764 feet above sea level. And by this stage, we had tired legs. And we'd also passed through Hawes and Dent as we made our way back to Killington. But let's get back to the ride, where it's time for lunch.
There's a cafe here, should we go and have a look inside it? Looks better than any others round here, doesn't it? Should we give it a go?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Yeah, alright, come on then. I'm just looking at the menu. I don't think they do black pudding. But they might do Cumberland sausage as a compromise. Yeah. On black pudding, and an egg Mike's on black pudding with bacon.
Black pudding, lovely jubbly. And that'll make Mike's day. But the scone debate continues, where I'm going to stick to my buns and I'm going to put the cream on first. But just looking at Mike, he's putting the butter on first, and I suspect he's going to put the jam on and then put the cream on top.
You put your cream on first.
Yes, he's going for it.
And then you put your jam on second. And that's the proper way to do it, Mike. Look at that. I like that. Not bad. Need to have a word about this scone business. It's the 4th week on the trot now, isn't it? You're doing it back to front. Jam food.
Yes, this jam and scone business seems to be quite thought-provoking, and I know quite a few of you out there have been sharing your views on the matter. But anyway, we had a ride to do.
Well, that was a good cafe stop. We're going to head towards Keld next. It's about 9 miles away. Well, we've come straight out of Kirkby Stephen onto this fantastic little back road. We're heading towards the snow-topped hills here. It's just stunning, absolutely fantastic. This is a nice climb. It goes on a fair bit, and I'll tell you where we are below. Okay, we're on the start now of the real major part of this climb, and looking ahead there, that's a really nice angle straight up, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
Okay, it's really kicked in this climb now. I have no more gears left. 34 on the front, 32 on the back. I hope you can see that view behind. That's spectacular. Wow. Well, we've made it up that climb there. We're looking back down the way we came now. That is a fantastic view. I always say this, that's why we come out to these places, and this is why I want to show you people out there where you can cycle in England or the United Kingdom. Way across there in the distance is the Lake District. I can see Scafell, I can see Helvellyn, and we can also see the northern Pennines. So we're now just leaving the county of Cumbria into the Yorkshire Dales National Park with Richmondshire just ahead of us, and the clouds here look ominous. We have had a forecast of a flurry of snow at some point in this area.
And so being up here, we're quite exposed, and the snow was in the air, so me and Mike decided to get down here pretty quickly. The scenery is absolutely spectacular. There's little isolated barns strewn across the moors, and as you can see there in the distance, and there was the snow, we were cycling right into it. As we approached the area near Ravenseat where they film My Yorkshire Farm. We've got the River Swale on the right as well as we make our way down the B6270.
flurry of snow this now. It's gone very grey ahead. Temperatures dropped big time. We're only 4 miles from Tan Hill. We've made it out of the snow for the time being. We've got a fantastic view here. Lots of little barns all strewn across that valley. It's getting good again. 38 miles in, yeah. This is Thwaite. That was quite a good little descent down there. So go on, Mike, what do you think of that last section? We're not quite sure what the climb was, are we?
No, but it was like Fleet Moss, wasn't it?
It was a good climb.
But anyway, we had to keep moving because the weather was encircling around us, and Buttertubs looked like our best option.
As you can see over there, the weather is coming across the valley. We were going to go that way towards a place called Mocha and Reeth. We're doing a plan B now because of the weather. We don't want to get caught out up here in these northern Pennines because it could get pretty messy. But at the end of the day, there's always an adventure to be had. Right, we've got a tailwind now, and as you can see, we're back in the snow. It looks pretty bad on that side. Nice climb ahead of us. Right, we've just got around that first big left-hand hairpin. Starting to get some height now. Mike's well ahead up there. I've been too busy faffing and filming. Well, it must be high up now. Looking on the contours of the map, we're at around the 1600 feet above sea level mark. Got a fantastic valley on my left there. It's a shame the clouds covering it.
So this is Buttertubs, and we had this intermediate section where we were going slightly downhill for a moment, and we picked up some good pace, but the snow was worrying me still.
Well, that's definitely the summit now. So let's get off the top and get down where it's a bit warmer, and hopefully not like this. So this is Hawes, and just looking ahead there, you can see in the distance Fleet Moss going straight up over the moorside. We've just come over the top of here. Buttertubs, yeah. Sedbergh that way now.
And then we had a blast down the A684 as we made our way towards Garsdale and Sedbergh.
So we just took a left off the A684. We're heading towards Sedbergh, then we took this road. We're going to head towards Dent, and we think, is it Gawthorpe? Well, by the looks of this, Garsdale to Lee Yeat. Altitude 1750 feet. Oh, it's actually called the U5509 on the Garmin. The contours are consistently coming across the map on the page. Right, well that's the first major part of this climb. Quite tough that. Mind you, we've had two really good climbs already behind us. Well, that looks like the summit. Mike's just ahead. Yeah, not bad that. Nice tarmac, and good to be high up again. This is the life.
And so, having crested the summit at the highest part of the ride, we had an absolute blast down Cole Road all the way towards Dent. And this was a really fast section. We were cruising here at 45 miles per hour. And at this stage we covered about 54 miles. We had grit on the roads, and the bikes were slowly getting caked in salt, and me and Mike needed some refreshments.
So this is Dent, 57 miles into the ride. It looks like it's rained here, but the sun's coming out. So Dent Village Stores, time to get some fluid, some fuel inside us. Let's put that one in there. Need to keep the electrolytes topped up.
Oh,
That'll give me water some nice flavour now. So mate, we're back in Dent.
Yeah.
Dent again.
Dent again. Yeah. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a proper homemade flapjack.
It's a big one.
Ah, thank you.
You've got that.
Go on, son.
Yeah, go on.
You want a full piece or half? Or
No,
what?
no, just the smudges. Smidges. It's a bit sticky, that does. What have you been doing?
Oh. No. Oh.
It's alright,
Good.
So if you was listening carefully there, we are back in Dent. This was the second time we've been to this location, and on a future video we're actually cycling to a cafe in Dent, so make sure you stay tuned for that one, people.
Well, we've had some refreshment there. We've got the fluids on board, bit of flapjack,
Yeah.
and it's time to make our way back. So there's the cafe we passed by the other week. So yeah, we're just making our way between Dent now towards Sedbergh. What a great little road this is.
Oh, yeah.
Really is.
Oh, yeah. Really is. Definitely is, isn't it? What a great little road this is.
We've got an echo around here.
Yeah.
And so yes, these are fantastic little roads. And then we saw a gated road that looked quite interesting, and we were at 64 miles and not far from the start point. So we included this little loop onto the ride to bring the mileage up to 70 miles.
Come on, Mike. You can do it.
Oh.
It's like riding your bike.
Oh.
He made a song and dance out of that. Well, we've taken a detour, and we know that this track, it's a real nice narrow single track, should take us back towards the 683 and towards the River Loon lower down. So a nice little detour. We've got grass in the middle of the road.
Yeah, cool.
So there's the route sign as well. So for all you keen cyclists out there, it's Route 68. Not another gate, are you?
Oh, it's not too bad. I might be alright on this one.
I think we're alright with this.
Oh, good. Good. I can win the open.
So that's basically it, people. We got back to the car in one piece and we had a great ride.
Well, that were a good ride, Mike, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really tough ride, that.
Well, everything, didn't it? Snow, shite.
Yeah. Yeah, another good one, that. Enjoyed it a lot. Just take my jacket off and then we'll be done. Get changed. But if you like these videos, let me know.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll make some more for you.
Yeah, I'll make some as well.
Well, that was a great ride, and here's some data for you. So we covered 70 miles on the dot, with an elevation gain of 7,346 feet, and the weather played its part today because it started out pretty nice and we had snow on high ground. The ride time was 5 hours and 25 minutes, and the maximum speed was over 45 miles per hour. But if you like these videos, let me know and we'll make some more for you. And thank you for watching.
Oh, I don't know what I'm saying here.
You on?
Yeah.
All right.
Just be mindful, it's strewn with these all across the middle of the road.
Yes, well, you're in deep doo-doo.
So Mike, this is what we call B-roll. B-roll.
Right.
Yeah? So, there's a cafe here, should we go and have a look inside it? Looks better than any others round here, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Should we give it a go?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Yeah, alright, come on then. Right, well today, there's another... Mike's just up there. We'll see what he's up to. Hello! Right, we are pretty isolated up here. It's really remote. Well, we're just getting attacked by flies here at the moment. But we're approaching Killington Reservoir, which will bring us back more or less to the car. Mike's swallowing a load of flies. Oh, he's got them. I got a mouthful before. It's time to do another ride. And I'm out with Mike again.
Oh, cut that. Mike, that's my line.
No, we haven't to go for a ride yet, have we?
Oh,
yeah.
Carry on.
So go on.
Oh, let's go and do the ride.